Well, we're back after a bit of a hiatus, and I think with the feud we have going tonight, it's probably time to take a look at Roman Reigns. Now, Roman Reigns I'd consider one of the more underrated characters in this game. He's an original character. He's generally despised by wrestling fans. So I think as a result, they do not have as much of an affinity towards his character. But he's actually quite useful, and he's, I would argue, right where he should be on our tier list as a very good character. Now let's take a look at his moves. He has 5 total moves. The finisher is long, and it's kind of redundant based upon the fact that we do have the ability to break these blast gems that do come from the 11 charge black move with the choose move. So, I mean, why would you have to wait to turn 15 when you can get turn 10 and then you just choose your blast gems, which then can trigger the other blast gems. So there's a real value to that. That being said, clearly the finisher's not the way to go. The yellow move is just kind of hanging out there, and all it is feeding the black move. It really doesn't add anything to the table, along with the fact that the black gem is a secondary gem. So let's look at what moves we have. We have the make 2 random reds into blast gems. We have choose 2 to make into blast gems, which is a 10 charge, which is fairly good. And then we have the destroy 5 random red gems. As we've seen from the Warrior analysis, anytime you can break a whole lot of red gems, not only is it great to charge up whatever moves you have going, but it also puts you in a position where you can possibly get a pin, because it could be real massive. As many people know, Powerhouse is the second most effective gem based class, and the red gem is nothing to sneeze at. As we can see, we have him at 109, and with Roman effectively at 109 here, we're at a little over 2,200 red gems. Now let's take a look at trainer moves. Based upon the fact that really the only way you can get to a move on a turn 2 basis is the black, and the fact we're playing 2 black moves instead of a red, I prefer to go with Bray. You can go with Sting to get to the choose faster, but understand that even with one match, unless you're running a tag with the Raw link, you're not going to be able to get to the choose until turn 3. So it just kind of leaves you hanging out there a little bit. And it leaves the 2 black moves in a position where, you just kind of, holding your breath, hoping for a better board. Now, as you can see, right now I have Rusev on him. We're going to run him with Rusev, and we'll run him with Barrett, just to give you an idea. Rusev, as you can see, unfortunately, I don't have him at 5,000. He's at 3,400. So we only get 2 blast gems instead of 3. So we're going to end up running him that way. With Barrett, he works similar. Fortunately, as you can see, the leaping clothesline is a 9 charge. So we'll be able to be breaking some red gems right away, which should charge up the choose move and then, kind of get us rolling. After that, the question is, do we want to run it early? Do we want to run it late? You'll see the dilemma that we'll come into as we go further. Additionally, what's nice is he plays differently each time, and you'll see us as we go through what I mean by that. Because as a result of the fact that he has all these moves that are going one way or the other, then you'll see we can take a look and certain moves overlap. Sort of like when, again, I'll reference the Warrior because he's kind of a similar build in terms of uniqueness here. And I'm going to throw the Raw link on us just to kind of get a little bit of an... Actually, you know what I will do? I'm not going to get the extra MP to start. What I'll do here is I'll just throw a modern. So get a little bit more gem damage on it. You'll see here we'll have an opportunity to potentially, blow up blast gems with the break with the break red, or blow up the random blast gems while dealing with the choose move. So here we go. We still want to target the black. So let's get the black. Now we knew that was going to happen, as he always chases. So initially, we're going to break these 5 red gems, and it's not going to be a pin, and it usually isn't a pin, which is a positive thing for us. Here, we're in an interesting spot where we got our 5 red. We have the black here is at a 9 charge. The red is at 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our 5, which will push it back another turn. And red-wise, we're still a turn away. So it's kind of an interesting dilemma here. So what we're going to do is I'm looking, I can clip black. Doesn't look like the reds are going anywhere. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just take this blue here. No, look at Goldberg. Look at Goldberg. Laying the pain. I don't know what the hell happened there. It was weird, though. But look at him laying the pain. 19K. So here's a situation that we sometimes come across. First of all, there isn't 4 red gems on the board. Second of all, even if I do, I'm not getting a match. And we have the choose coming next turn. And we take a look here. Goldberg isn't going to beat us. So I'm not going to use the move. I'm going to wait on it. And I'm going to set up Goldberg to kick my ass because I'm an idiot. And there we go. Let's keep the red on the board. So here we are. We're gonna first put out the red. And now we're gonna choose. We can choose 4. Ideally, what you want to do here is you want to have as many as you can connected. So we want to kind of trigger them all together. So once we get the trigger, which will be right here, we want to have them all within the same radius. As long as we have them all within the same radius, then they'll all trigger. So it looks kind of ugly, but this is what we're going to end up doing. And boom. So it's a bit slower because we didn't get that red match. If we got that red match on turn 2, we'd really be in a position where, we could be kind of ready to go on turn 3. But beggars can't be choosers. So we're gonna run it one more time. We'll see if we can get a little bit better of a board to kind of display what I was referencing earlier. And then we'll throw Barrett in there, and we'll see how effective he can be. Also note, as you saw when we waited, we're not running a tag link here. So this is more to give you an idea how quick he'll be in Feud. And of course, in Feud, it's a different ballgame too because we get to play with props. So once again, here we are. We're going to get Black in play, set him up to kick our ass. You can tell I did this video early, not really thinking this morning. Here we go. We're going to break 5 red gems. And somehow, despite breaking 5 red gems, We don't have a black or a red match. This is the kind of stuff where when I look at people who talk about turn rates for certain characters that are astronomically high, like 2 turns, you sit there and just shake your head because sometimes the match isn't there. So you not only need the match, but you have a situation where the match wins every time. It just becomes extremely unreliable data. Here we're gonna get hit pretty hard. It's a situation where it's kind of, do we think we have enough, even if these red end up getting on, to win? It's probably worth the risk at this point because we know we're gonna get hit pretty hard by 2 moves. Let's see where they come down. So we've got 3 that are fairly scattered, but at least in this situation here, we should be able to at least get 1 blast gem, and then we'll see where it goes. And look at this. Very convenient. Computer gets their matches. The AI rolling along here. Now, something that, it's self-evident, but you can see here, a blast gem does work in a kick out. Not that it overly matters. But, you can see there are certain, just like anytime you see a proponent, if you don't have the board to work with, it's very hard to win. So, we're here sitting, 2 straight matches, we're turn 5. Without getting what you need to work with. Now turn 6, really. So, similar to those who know how to use CAS, kind of similar here where we want to, spread out the blast gems. I'm just going to kind of try to get as much black gems and red gems in there as we can. And this will end it. But, you can see, just like any character, if you don't get the matches you need, he's not fast. Now, though not as explosive if everything falls into place, we're going to run 1 match with Barrett, and you'll take a look and see what we're talking about in terms of, now with Barrett, and I'll get that extra gem, and because I do have Barrett maxed, you're kind of initially with the black gem match, you're going to be able to hit them a bit harder than you would normally. So you'll see what we're dealing with.